According to a new report, British women will die 2.5 years earlier than other women in Europe. Now, we have the second worst life expectancy because of poor diet and lifestyle, binge drinking, smoking, lack of exercise. All those things contribute to us not living as long as we could compared to women in Spain and France and Italy. Spain are the highest. They're living till 85.5 years old. Why do you think that is, Janet? Why are we not up there?
I think somehow women just think it's not going to happen to me. And also there's this cult, really, of I'm worth it. You know, I'm doing this for me because I'm worth it. Just as a few years ago we think that a small glass of wine at 7 o'clock was it's for me because I'm worth it. Now we have the bucket of wine at 1 o'clock.
Why did the director cut to me then?
Well, we've got this thing about we're working hard, we are working hard, we're running houses and families and keeping everything together, so a lot of it is we're rewarding ourselves, but that is not a good... Yes, reward yourself, but have them with the wrong things. And also, I think that the more the government has adopted this nanny state thing with 5 vegetables a day, well, obviously that was a complete flop, and we're going to get the whole nation...
And then they changed it to 8 and then put it back to 5 again.
Exactly, and they discovered at the end of it that people actually ate less fruit and vegetables than before. So those tactics haven't necessarily worked. So I personally now would like shock tactics, because one story recently that, you know, I don't cry very often, but one story that did bring a tear to my eye was the story of Samantha. Samantha Packham died aged 20. She was 40 stone in weight, and she was the first child to be removed from her parents for being morbidly obese, and she's the first. She was the first one that was removed for being obese to die, and that is a sad, sad story and a reflection of our times. Now we talk about putting images on cigarette packets to shock people, but somehow we need to start shocking girls at 14 and 15 and saying you've got to look after your body and you've got to start
It's education,
there.
Penny, isn't
Totally
it? It's education.
I mean, you don't want to frighten children into, you know, not wanting to eat any fat and things like that, because then they'll kind of go the other way and be anorexic. But I think the education at that young age is so important. And, you know, there's studies now that are saying for the first time ever, our grandchildren are going to die before they're the age of their parents were dying. You know, whereas before we were always living longer. Now, for the first time, it's below that rate, and a lot of it is due to obesity, which causes diabetes. And of course, if if there's too much fat in your body, then you're more likely to get cancer, because cancer feeds off of glucose and the hormone in the body. It just, you know, it's the worst possible thing.
And diets.
The diet industry is the worst, because the diet industry say low fat, but the problem is they add sugar, and sugar is what makes you fat. It's too much sugar in your body that your liver can't handle, turns into
But people don't
fat.
understand the word moderation.
But that's why they need to be educated, like you said, back in schools.
Whose responsibility is it, Sarah? People say, like, oh, there should be, you know, these government information films, there should be education at school. Is it parents? Is it just your own responsibility?
Yeah, I mean,
is there enough information out there?
When I had my child, I did put on a lot of weight, but I have to say something to you that I was really focused on my child, and for 3 or 4 years I knew I was a little bit overweight for my size, but people kept telling me I felt it. But it's only when it's right for you that you can do something about it. And I would say to everybody, you know, go out there and be informed, because the more informed you are, the power you have, the more likely chance that you're going to do something about it. But there are so many confusing messages out there about, can you eat low fat, can you eat high fat, is it 3 vegetables? The thing is, there's so much information, but there's lots of really good, consistent information now that I think we can all embrace, and we do it at our right time. And scare tactics, yes, I think it will scare people into it. But every single person in this room knows if you drink too much, if you smoke too much, if you eat the wrong food, it is going to affect your quality of life.
Well,
I think let's talk about quality of life rather than let's being really skinny.
We need a balance.
Yeah, but that comes back to what I said in the beginning, that a lot of women watching this show, and I'm included, if I have a rough day or I feel rubbish, I'll have a drink. And if I don't just have a drink, I'll have a bit of chocolate, and then I'll think, might as well have a bit of cake.
the thing is, Janet, the thing with that is you're eating the wrong food, and that's making your body want to eat the wrong food.
But listen,
and so you have to embrace sort of some of the science behind it as well. Because if you eat the right food, you'll stop eating the rubbish.
Yeah, but everybody watching is going to say, look, Janet's not fat because I'm super fit, because I exercise a lot. I swim, I walk in
that's good, because you burn out all the sugars. That's
and
good.
I play tennis. So whatever goes in, you know, I'm working on burning it up. But there are still days when, you know, even me, the goddess, feels absolutely crap, and I'm having the bucket
That's
of
your
wine.
cheat day. That's your cheat day.
Yeah,
You were
well,
all
it's
allowed
not,
a cheat
it's
day.
fine.
That's
You're
great.
balancing it,
Let's not bash ourselves.
I have to say, when I'm cracking open my glass of wine tonight, I'll go, do I want another 2.5 years of my life, or just this glass of wine? I think it'll just be the glass of wine tonight.
Oh, look what I've got. Out on Canal Street tonight. Yay! And I think Jamelia was wearing these on the show on Tuesday. You were, weren't you? And look at this. Doesn't that just scream Liz McDonald?